I got a piece of 1 by 3/8 channel here that looks like it might fit on here pretty good. It's going to give me about I don't know, 3 inches down. I can probably live with 3 inches on the inside. This will give me a good solid base to weld from, and right here where it mounts onto the frame, I can weld a little tab inside that onto this channel to make that bolt actually part of this main brace. Of course, then I can just drop a piece down on both sides here, put another piece on the front of the fender and the back of the fender. I've got plenty of round stock that I can take at an angle from here across. Well, probably if I welded one here on the back, probably right in here somewhere, then I'll just have to go from this bracket here to the square piece. I could do the same thing here. Just take from this to the center, weld piece right in here, up there. Then I can weld another round piece of stock. I can bend it to this curve here, tack it onto the fender, and then weld me a couple braces right in here, so that would hold that front part pretty good. So that'll be the first thing I'm going to do then, is start bracing this fender up. And I've got enough metal here. I've probably got about 6 feet of this stuff I picked up at the metal place. This one piece is probably going to be enough to do 3/4 of it, and I got another 4 feet over there. So I guess now I just start marking and trying to cut this stuff up and tack it together. Cut me up a couple pieces here that'll go into the fender on each side, and it's a little off center, but I've got it set where I've got put my tab right in here, so that'll mount to the frame. I'll just tack this in now and set it on there and see if it's correct. I got that brace in good and solid, and I have plenty of room for my tab here. I might even put another spacer or something to the inside here, because I've got a nice big plate. Nice big plate there in the middle. Might be able to bolt that fender right there to the frame, to the body. It's just roughly sitting on there right now. And the next thing, it looks like I'll have to put me a brace in here somewhere that'll be reasonably close to this frame. So that'll be the next thing I do, is cut me a piece of sheet metal and make my 2-end stabilizer bars. Now this is where the fender was on the outside. You can see the rust that was getting in it from the wrapping. I did the same thing here. I just set it on here approximately where it's going to go. Spaced it with the door and then sprayed some primer on it here to weld my brace in. I've got it exactly the same distance off the ground. Main thing I want to do is just find out where my brace should go, and it looks like I'm going to be about 6-8 inches in here. I'm going to make sure that I'll be able to mount this right here onto the body whenever I get my brace done. Well, that brace is all welded in. And about the same as the other one. So now I'll figure out for some of my cross braces. I've got a piece of tube here that I got for that very specific purpose. I'll be able to bend this into a curve and probably try to use half of it on each one. It'll be two pieces, do a couple feet here on each end of the fender, and that'll go around the inside curve. Yeah, I cut these up, just roughly beat them into shape with a hammer. They're gonna go in here somewhere like this. Now what I'm gonna do is just, see, this one's off quite a bit, so I'll just straighten them out. I'm not getting too fancy. This one's too steep of a curve, so I'm just gonna tap it a little here. Still a little too much. Yeah, it's getting closer. A little bit right here needs to be curved. This end is a little too steep but curved. There we go. That's a pretty good one, so now I can use it to roughly adjust the rest of these. This is not rocket science by any means. This was too much. It's once I got them curved, and I took a little too much out of that one. And put a little more in it like this. Just a little more in the middle here. Yeah, it's pretty close. This one's pretty close right off the bat. Yeah, so I got a little bit here on the end, needs to be straight. A little more curve on this side. Good. A little bit out of this end. Close enough. A little more right in the middle. A little bit out of the end. More. Just a little out of this end. Curve in the middle, a little out of the end, more, too much again, yeah, just a little more. Alright. Looks like it needs a little bit of curve right in the very end. And a little taken out of the main curve. Close enough. A little more in the middle. And a little out of the whole thing. A little more right on one side. Good enough. A little tad more. Close enough. Alright, now I made my 4 pieces where they got about the right curve in them. You can see it's pretty decent. Enough to weld onto. I'm going to go right in here, so just to strengthen this thing up. And I'll clamp them in now and see what I got.